folks, Sunny Fahuri here, and welcome back to our Let's Play Labyrinth, The Awakening. And this is our fourth campaign of the series, and this will be turn number 4 of this particular campaign. So we're off. Unfortunately, we have a very small hand, so we're going to have to be concerned about that. Ooh, Gaza rockets. This would be a great way to improve funding. Alright. UN nation building is a bad card. So we're going to be plotting with this card right away, because that could potentially improve... hang on. Okay, so do a war of ideas as if GWAT penalty is 0. Does UN nation building change any other way? Because that's an old card. Let's see. UN nation building. Blocked by... Okay, there is no caliphate in place, so... Ooh, cross-border support. Unless I'm mistaken, that can establish a caliphate for us. Right? Add one additional if in Mali or Nigeria. That's a nice card to play. Huh, okay. You know what? I'm looking at this card here, 3 cups of tea, and it says, place one reaction marker in an unmarked country. So... if I'm not mistaken, is the country not tested if a reaction marker is placed in an unmarked country? I don't know. Let's test. Play test components. And there's something up with my Adobe where it does not search or automatically zoom into... you see? I'm like kind of searching through. That's a little unfortunate. Alright, so... it looks like we can play UN nation building rather safely. But I would prefer not to take that risk. So I'm going to play this first. I'm actually going to plot with this card. So we'll just put that right there. Start off with a plot. And we are going to do a double plot in Afghanistan? Yeah, may as well. So we're going to do a double plot. It's a 2 ops card, so we roll 2 die. We get 1 success. We are going to just draw a specific card, which is a plot 2. And we are going to place that in Afghanistan. And then... we are going to play Gaza rockets for our second card to place 2 level 1 plots in Israel. So we lose a funding from that because the card says to do so, but we get to place 2 very lucrative plots there. So draw specific cards. We'll draw plot 1 to place in Israel, and we'll do that yet again. Oh man, Israelis got to be concerned now with all these plots going off. Alright, that's the end of our 2 cards. So hopefully we've overloaded the United States with a bunch of plots that they can't react, but we'll see how this goes. Sharia. Alright, so this is a playable US event, but let's go ahead and consult our handy-dandy alert resolution flowchart. WD placed in country? No. 3 ops available? No. Playable non-jihadist? Yes. To the PAR flowchart. Alright, so we go to the PAR flowchart, and it is a playable US event. They can't reassess, so they're going to just do this thing right here. I think. Oh, there is a visit. Yes, there is. Okay. Sharia. Right. So this is a modified card. It does place an awakening marker there. So they're going to play this. That sucks a little bit. So the Besieger D marker is gone, and the awakening marker is placed. So... this is going to be tough times for us. This might be a very long campaign. Because remember, we're trying to get 2 victory conditions met for the jihadist player. And now Pakistan's kind of locked out. Sort of. Alright. We may have to throw ourselves at that door. Okay, next card is smartphones. So they don't have the ops to play, and this is a playable US event. So smartphones. Smart. Dumb phones? Okay, nothing here about that, I suppose. So, play if a country was subject to an event or operation in this or the last action phase. So, this will include what happened in Pakistan and also Afghanistan and Israel. So, all 3 of these countries are possible targets. Place 1 awakening or 1 reaction marker in one of these countries. Okay, so where is this going to be placed? Let's see here. Placing and removing markers. When given an option to place or remove markers, U.S. always places... Okay, when placing, uses the War of Idea Muslim Priorities box. So they're going to place an awakening marker somewhere. And they're going to consult the War of Idea Muslim Priority box. So War of Idea Muslim Priorities. Lowest number of plot dice. Ooh, interesting. Huh. So it's not going to be Afghanistan because they don't have the lowest number of plot dice. Okay. That's actually going to be between all the other countries. Okay. Regime change. Huh. So they're not going to pick Afghanistan because there's a plot going on there. Even though it would make sense to do so because that cancels out the 3 reaction markers. Am I reading this right? I think I am. So let's see here. Yeah, placing markers uses the War of Idea Muslim Priorities box. Yeah. So they're going to target all the countries without plots, and then regime change. There are no other regime change. Caliphate capital, nope. Then Pakistan. Okay, that makes sense. So they're going to place an awakening marker in Pakistan. Flippity flip flip. All right. That sucks quite a bit. Place 1 awakening or 1 reaction markers on all these countries. Allows play of Facebook. Okay, so Facebook is now playable, which is unfortunate. So we'll discard this card, and we will get the smartphones app. There's an app for that. There we go. That's really good for the United States. So we'll have to be a little bit concerned. I know there's a card that sort of stops smartphones, so it has to be played again. I think it's called censorship, but I don't think I've seen that card. So, alas, we will have to wait. All right, that's their 2 cards. It's so that was their 2 cards. Yes, the plots are resolved. All right, so a plot happens in Afghanistan, so the U.S. loses the prestige on this guy, and we gain a funding for that because it is a poor Muslim country. This guy is sent off to the available plots. And then 2 plots happen in Israel. They are both 1. So the way the plots work is you add double the funding if it's a good non-Muslim country. So in this case, we're going to get ourselves a total of 4 funding, which is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, because it brings us up to ample. And we need to improve our funding at least 1 more so we can get ourselves safely into the ample area and draw 9 cards, which would be really, really good. Okay, so that was that was the plots. Now it's over to us. Play in Libya, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Mali, or Nigeria. I mean, we could start moving over to Nigeria. So, if I'm not mistaken, cross-border support. Yeah. So that can establish us a caliphate. But only if the country comes out to be poor. That's the slight downside. Right, because if the country is a fair, right? Hang on, caliphate. Oh, into a civil. Okay, yeah, never mind. So the country has to be Islamist rule first for that to happen. Huh. I don't think I can see any way of doing that though. So. Blocking Malala Yousaf would be pretty handy, though. An unmarked country. Alright, let's think about how we want to do this here. Getting them to discard a card is not bad. I kind of like that. So we could do some more mitigation of stuff here. I'm going to play Predator. Predator Drone. So we're going to play Predator, and we'll have the event fire first. And if I'm not mistaken, with Predator, it's going to target things based on the disrupt priority, so it's going to pick Pakistan first. So Predator shoots down this guy, a cadre marker is placed, but we're not going to place the cadre marker because we're immediately going to move 2 guys from Afghanistan over to Pakistan. So there they go, over to here. Shift these guys around a bit. And then, for our second trick, we'll play IEDs. Yeah, so we'll play IEDs And that will be for the event. Yeah. Play if a cell is in a regime change country. It is. We have the United States discard a card. They will discard training camps, which is fine. That's 3 ops out of the way. Removed. Alright. That was our 2 cards. Over to the US with their cards. Their first card is going to be unconfirmed. Alright. So this is a playable non-jihadist. Nope. So, okay. We'll discard this card. They have 3 ops. Can they disrupt in a poor Muslim at cells minus Q's greater than or equal to 2? Yes, they can. They can do that in Pakistan. So they will do that. They will do a disrupt there. And they will pick Pakistan. So they disrupt once. That affects only 1 cell. So flippity flip flip. That's the end of that. Their next card is going to be Houthi Rebels. So this is a 1-op card. So we go over here. Playable on Jihadist. Nope. Disrupt in poor Muslim at cells. Nope, they can't because they only have 1 op. Right? Yep, they have no reserves. Islamist rule. Nope. Wharf idea in Muslim. Nope, they can't do wharf ideas in good countries. So prestige low. Nope. Prestige is not low. It's medium. Regime change possible? Nope. Disrupt for +1 prestige or to place cadre? No. There are no cells in good countries, so no. Deploy possible? Yes. Well, they can deploy. Alright, so we'll remove this 1-op card. They're going to do a deploy action. I think. Deploy to Philippine... No. Ally Muslim with cells and black cubes. The only target is Pakistan, but they don't have enough ops points to do so because they need a 3-op card to deploy in Pakistan because it's poor. So they can't do that. So troops track. We're going to deploy to the troops track from Islamist rule, then good, then ally, fair ally without cells and or NATO and or security forces. I guess Central Asia is a possibility, right? There's a section about withdrawal here. Let me look at that. Withdraw. Nope. The U.S. flow chart may direct the U.S. spot to deploy from a country in regime change. All rules of withdrawal still apply. Okay. Now, that hasn't happened, and they would only ever do that if the cells were all gone, but they aren't, because they're going to stick around for a bit. So, no. But the answer is Central Asia, because there are no cells there, and they can deploy out of there. So, right, without or, yeah, so, yeah, that's fine. I wonder how this statement works. So, without cells, or with NATO, and or security forces. Is the and considered of this statement in its entirety? I think so. Alright, so these guys are off to the troop track, so we're having them jump around a bit, which is fine. Alright, so that was their first card, right? No, that was their second card, right? Because I made them discard a card, right. Okay, that's the end of that. It's over to us with our 2 cards. I like this card for just getting more guys out. Yeah, it's going to be hard to do a major jihad in Pakistan because it's going to be at a minus. We have to get 1s to succeed. So I think Pakistan might be lost on us. Syria is also, unfortunately, far away. Okay, well, this is going to be a fairly long game because they're going to go to good, and then we're going to have to convert those countries over post-haste. But their prestige is going to tank down to low, though. So that'll be good. Place 1 cell plus 1 funding if countries in civil war or regime change. None of them are, though, right now. Alright, we're going to play cross-border support. And we are going to go ahead and pick Mali for the event. So place 1 local security forces or 2 cells in an African country. Additional 1 if Mali or Nigeria. We're going to pick Mali. Oh, hang on. Are there any other benefits to getting Nigeria to a Muslim country? I don't know. Let's see here. Nigeria. I'm just looking up section for Nigeria. So you have to place a level 2 or level 3 plot, and then it becomes a jihadist country. Yep. Right. Okay. Alright, well, that's a bit too much effort, I think. Although you can gain funding possibly easily because it is a poor country. We're going to pick Mali, and we're going to go ahead and place 3 cells there. So, Kuchunk, and then we will test Mali. It is a poor country. Finally, something goes our way. Alright, so that was our first card. Our second card is going to be to play Islamic Maghreb. Play in Libya, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Mali, or Nigeria if poor. Okay, so we'll pick Mali again. And it's place 1 cell, gain a funding. So this is a better recruit, right? So, Kuchunk, and a funding is given to us. And just to be clear that neither of these cards are discard. Yeah, they'll keep coming back. Okay, out of the jihadist action phase over the United States. And their 2 cards. Their first one is going to be Zawahiri. Oh no. Don't. So this is a, there are no plots. Oops. So it's going to be a playable non-jihadist. Yep. They're going to play the event. The United States has captured Zawahiri. They will lose 2 funding. That we will lose 2 funding, and this card is removed. Discard to out of play. Also, because that card was unassociated, they will give themselves 2 reserves. Alas! Most unfortunate. Their second card is going to be Reaper. Okay, Reaper. We gotta look that up. Reaper. Reaper, Reaper, Reaper. This is card number 130. Although I think they're the exact same. So Reaper. Remove cells if a country has 5+, else if jihadist has any. Else discard if... Okay, so... Yeah, they're gonna... There are no countries with 5 or more cells, so they're gonna discard our card from our hand. Which sucks. That was a 2 ops card. So that's the end of their phase. We would have played something, but they were quite lucky in ducking the card out of our hand. So, just to be clear, yeah, highest... yeah, has 5+. Okay. So, next up is Siege of Kobanigrad. In a civil war country, if U.S. player remove 2 cells. Okay, there are no civil war countries yet. So, this is a non-playable. So this is a 2 ops card. So they have reserves, so they can potentially do something in a 3 country. Disrupt in poor Muslim at cells minus Q's greater than or equal to. Yes. They can target Pakistan with that, and that is what they're going to do. They're going to combine the 2 of the 1 ops card to do disrupt in Pakistan, and that removes this guy to the funding track. Man, this is good. We're making them waste their time here. I'm actually very happy about that. So, no qualms here from me. That's the end of turn 4! Alright, so, well, there's going to be a lot of funky action here. So, first of all, jihadists lose a funding. Dope. U.S. doesn't lose a prestige, nor do they gain a prestige. And then reserves to 0. Return plots to available. Okay, so these plots are back. U.S. reserves don't go to 0 because they're the bot. Conduct polarization and attrition. So no attrition. We do the polarization though. And then we deal new cards. Okay. So let's keep track of all this. So Egypt is at +3. So they are going to go to good. So I'm just going to take a note here. So convergence is at 1. We're going to have 1 convergence. A +1 convergence happen. Gulf states is also going to go to good. So there it's also a +1. So really, they're going to be 2 happening for the United States. These guys are gone because awakening markers and reaction markers are removed when they are removed when they're gone. Next up is Pakistan. Pakistan has 2, so they will get another awakening marker placed there. Right. These countries at 1. And then Afghanistan is at a -3. So because they are at a -3, where's the little chart here? Yeah. So shift countries alignment 1 box towards adversary. If already adversary, degrade governance 1 level towards Islamist rule. And then if a country becomes Islamist rule during the polarization civil war attrition phase, treat it like a successful major jihad and remove all regime change, besieged regime, local security forces, and aid markers, and add resources to funding. And yeah, so these guys are gone. This country goes to Islamist rule. So this marker's also gone. Shift to Islamist rule. Huzzah! And we get ourselves 1 funding because the country is a 1 resource. And the U.S.'s prestige bottoms out. 2, 1! Huzzah! Alright, and quick note. Oops, did I not save the note? Doesn't matter. We're going to be placing 2 awakening markers and 1 reaction marker because those countries shifted. Now we do this after the polarization to stop those markers from potentially affecting things further. Now, if I'm not mistaken with convergence, the way it works is you immediately roll on the random Muslim table and place either an awakening or reaction marker. If the country is good Islamist rule or civil war, the opponent will instead place the marker in a country adjacent to the one placed. If still unable to place the marker, controlling player rolls again. Okay, so we're just going to do that. So we're going to do the 2 US's one first, and I'm going to pull out my sheet here and look at the back for the global table. So we'll go ahead and roll a tan and a black die. We get ourselves 2 and 4. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, random as modified by 11.3.9. So I think because it has to be a Muslim country, we have to modify this somewhat. Yeah, okay, so here we go. 1 and 2 is a column 4, 3, 4 is column 5. So we rolled a 2. That's going to be column number 4. So column number 4 and then 4. That's going to be Egypt. So Egypt would be placed. However, because the country is already at good, I will now determine where the awakening marker goes. So I think I'm going to place it in Sudan. Yeah. Or maybe Libya. I think I'm going to pick Libya instead. Yeah, let's do Libya. Okay, so awakening... No, actually... Actually, yeah, I'm fine with that. So 1 marker in Libya. Alright, so that's the first one. We'll do it again, because they have 2 awakening markers to place. We got a 3 and a 3. So a 3 on the tan, that is going to be column number 5. So 3, 3. So it's a 5, 3. It's going to be Turkey. So Turkey gets an awakening marker. Now, I'm still a bit confused if we test these countries. I'm going to consult the chart here. I'm going to check the awakening marker section about that. All right. So place a, if unmarked, test country. Okay, prior to placement of these markers. All right, that's fair. So we're going to test these 2 countries. Libya first. It's a poor country. Turkey next. It is also a poor country. That's good. I'm not happy with all these awakening markers everywhere. It's going to mean the U.S. eventually wins. But, hey, can't have everything be too easy, huh? And we get to place 1 reaction marker now. It's our turn. So we rolled a 4 and a 5. 4 corresponds to... I think it's a 6. It's the 6th column. I'll just double check, though. Nope, sorry. 4 is the 5th column. Okay. So we get a 5 and a 5, essentially. That's the Gulf States. Gulf States is already at good, so it cannot get a marker there. So that means the United States is going to place our reaction marker. Now, how do we do this exactly? Right? Do I have this right? Convergence. Where's the section on convergence? Convergence! Where are you? It's probably up here somewhere. Yeah, okay. Okay, if the country is good, Islamist rule or civil war, the opponent will instead place the marker in a country adjacent to the one ruled. Now, like the ones we just did there, I'm assuming it's the same kind of marker. So the U.S. will place a reaction marker adjacent to the Gulf states. And the question is, where does it go? So to that, we have to look up here and say, okay, so placing and removing markers. When given an option to place or remove markers, I have to place a reaction marker. U.S. bot uses the Wharf idea Muslim priorities box. So this isn't very clear. Let's see if there's anything about convergence. Nope. Alright. I know there's nothing here specifically about where to place reaction markers when you have to. There's something about removing them, right? Which is you follow the War of Muslim idea Muslim priorities box. So I think what I'm going to do here is just do this randomly. Okay, so there's three possibilities. There's Pakistan, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. Iran isn't possible because you can't place them in a non-Muslim country. So I'm going to have the United States roll a single die. 1 to 2 will be Saudi Arabia, 3 to 4 Iraq, 5 to 6 Pakistan. We get a 2. It's going to be Saudi Arabia. So we'll test the country first. It's going to be a poor country. And a reaction marker will be placed there. Boom. Alrighty. All good in the neighborhood. Okay. Let's see. That's the end of all of the polarization and the convergence. There's no civil war. We deal new cards. There's going to be 8 for the US and 8 for us. So we'll again go do the back and forth thing, starting with the US. I know it's in the rules somewhere about how you deal out the cards. I think it's like you deal it to either the US or the jihadists first, and then you go back and forth. And that ensures if the deck does run out of the cards, you maintain that. That's going to be 8 cards for each of them. And, okay, so remove lapsing events. So this guy is gone. Smartphones is not a lapsing event. Return off troops max. And regime change to 10. Yep, there are no more regime change. Huzzah! Oh, hey. Oh, no. Actually, yeah, they don't lose the prestige because this happened during the conversions phase, which is specifically after the phase when they would lose the prestige. So, alrighty. Things are looking pretty good, although I have to be a bit concerned about the fact that there are 6 resources now, and we are only at 1. So that is a bit concerning. And we also made it difficult on ourselves because we have to meet 2 victory conditions, not just 1. So, yeah, it's going to be a long game. And it looks like with all the awakening markers placed, Pakistan's eventually going to go to good. So, tough times. Although it looks like we can get Mali next, possibly Morocco and then Algeria. Or we'll just have to actually throw ourselves at the Gulf states and try to get that country under our control. Rough times, rough times, rough times. Okay, well, that is the end of that round. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been turn number 4. I guess I can update this stuff too. Hang on. 1, 2. There's 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are, ooh. Wow. It's actually. Huh. All right. So it's 9 countries at poor and 4 countries at, yeah. Okay. That's the end of that turn. Thank you guys all so much for watching. This has been Sunny Fakhuri, aka Dark Caboose, and you've been watching our Let's Play Labyrinth, The Awakening! Campaign number 4, turn number 4. I will see you all for turn number 5 next time. Stay tuned, and y'all have a great day.